This is Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff.
And the
And
homies.
Yeah, I was like waiting for my time.
Have at it, Alex.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm alive.
Ka-chow. Ka-chow.
I'm alive. Good chow.
Alex is back after building a Bushlight Pyramid last week.
I did build a bushlight pyramid last week and I missed the episode. Sorry, not sorry.
Probably better for the fans, for Alex, for anybody that Alex loves and cares about or loves and cares about him.
Yeah, my significant other decided that when I sat down to log on, that I was
Wait,
better off
wait,
not.
wait, wait. How you have a significant other?
Yeah, I feel like
Like how you just like, I'm gonna throw that in there and like
I thought
hope it
you
don't stick.
I I feel like I talked about this if you're paying attention to me before we got live.
No. You told me that there was a person
But I didn't refer to her as
as a
that.
significant other. No.
She is officially a significant other,
Hmm. Okay.
and
All right.
she decided, and I think it was a very reasonable and sound decision when I sat down at my desk that it was not a good idea for me to open my computer and log on. And I was very much asleep before you guys probably finished recording the podcast. And I think that that was a good choice. Now, that did not stop me from bringing a bush light to this event, but I had much fewer coming into the event. Muff's
Gotcha.
out of school now.
Gotcha. All right.
Somewhere
School's,
from
school's out.
summer Muff.
Well, school's out for the next week. I'm teaching some summer classes, but
Oh,
Oh, Professor Muff.
we got. Do you have class tomorrow?
no.
Okay.
No, summer classes start in a week from tomorrow.
Is it gonna rain tomorrow?
Alex, I've thought about what we need to
What we're
do.
thinking about?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll talk offline. Today is
Nate, we're not included in their plans again, Nate. Look at
Well,
this shit.
Nate will be included in these
Aren't you
plans.
going to come tomorrow afternoon
Well,
to
fuck you guys. How about that?
driving
Yeah,
range
if you want to travel to Wheeling, Jim, on Monday afternoon, have at
to
it.
hit golf balls?
I'm
I
actually
would
going to
love
top
more.
golf on Friday.
You're going to Top Golf.
Yeah,
We need video evidence.
I will give it to you.
Golf.
I will give you the video evidence.
Is this a
Oh,
work
boy.
event?
Yeah. I think I'm going there voluntarily. No. No.
Says the man who was just mad that
Yeah.
we didn't invite him. That was a step below Top Golf on the fun scale on a Monday afternoon.
Hard pass.
And Nate will be invited.
Yes.
We will get there. Today is Monday, May 6th, and we hope May the 4th provided an appropriate precursor for your Cinco de Mayo margaritas. Alex and I are not partaking in margaritas as we record on Cinco de Mayo.
Like
And you're white. You're
Uh,
white and in West Virginia.
What are you
This
drinking?
is this is as close as you're gonna get.
A Busch Light Rita?
Right.
I'm drinking Cougar Bait.
It really is Cougar Bait.
It really is. That is
Country Boy Cougar Bait. I know what you're talking about.
not a bad.
This is the most redneck podcast we've ever had.
Busch Light and Country Boy Cougar Bait?
Did you have any margaritas today, Jim?
I did not.
Nate, did you or anybody in your household have any margaritas today?
No, I did not, but I did sample the was it Cayman Jack margarita at Sam's Club.
Good
Oh,
for you.
today?
No, yesterday.
Oh.
The lady was sampling it. She goes, "Oh, here's for your Cinco de Mayo weekend," but I sold out of it.
Oh, thanks a lot, Santa
Yeah.
Club lady.
This is terrible. As everybody can tell, it's the off season. We're gonna get us some chat about the sports. We're back for the second week in a row. I'm not sure, to be determined, but we may not have any intentions to stop these weekly recordings until until we get into football season, and then we'll have double recordings each week. The only thing that may get us off of the podcast kick is if Kendrick Lamar puts out a diss track about us.
He
Or
shoots a shot at us. I'm done. I'm
Or
retiring.
Or if someone's drunk.
Well,
That's only if you don't show up.
yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't do this as
As long
a
as I'm
collective
sober
group.
on Sunday, I'll be here. Or sober enough to record.
I will gladly come twisted in the wind to a podcast. Best believe.
We should do one. We should do an under the weather podcast.
That's not under the weather. That's
Sheets to the wind.
altered. That's altered state of mind.
4 sheets to the wind. Nate, Muff, and Jim and Alex are the sheets.
First off, it
I think
won't
we
get
are-
out on Monday, or at
I
least
totally think we
Monday
should
morning.
do one on edibles. We should get some gummies
No,
and do one on gummies.
no,
Whole different podcast.
we don't.
Me and
need
Nate
to-
would have a good time. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, everybody that potentially can get drug tested should not be talking about the fact that we may want to do this.
I'm being silent for a change. For a change.
So
For a change, I've decided to be silent.
Let's go back to the Drake and Kendrick. Y'all keeping track of this, or is it just me?
Last night I dove into a little bit because I have some friends that were asking my opinion. So I did listen to the last 2 Kendrick tracks that came out. So one came
He
out
gave us 2 this
Saturday night.
weekend.
Yeah, like one came
2
out
this
Saturday
weekend.
night, and I listened to those 2. Meet the Grams and what was the other one?
I can't remember the name. I was just
Yeah.
jaw
Meet the
dropped.
Grams came
I
out on
didn't-
Saturday night. I listened to
I
that
didn't
and
even
then
know
the
this
one
was a
before.
thing.
Oh, Alex, this is
Oh,
the
Alex,
thing.
catch
and,
up, bro.
and Kendrick Lamar is pretty much Emineming him on this.
Bodying him. Bodying him.
It's like if Drake was MGK, that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Except like this could be our Tupac Biggie moment for this generation. Like it could be. There could be shots fired in the streets of Canada, I guess.
For us?
Maybe. It's getting pretty serious. Kendrick's like, I
It might
know
come
about
from
your
sports of Jim Muff.
I know
That's
your illegitimate daughter.
Oh, that's tame compared to what was out in that
Yeah,
second.
it's a podcast. I wasn't trying to
All right. You
Let's
guys
just
keep
say
going.
there's a lot of discussion about some P. Diddy type stuff
Yep.
and
Lamar versus Drake. Or
Alex just meet the Grams
Meet the
and
Grams.
whatever came out last night. That was the next one.
But they're roping in other people. Like Rick Ross is in on this.
I like Drake though, I think. Do we like who do we,
Nah,
what
if
team are
any
we
of what
on?
Kendrick Lamar is saying is true, we don't like Drake.
we do not like Drake.
We are a
I was
Kendrick
just thinking
Lamar
of the Drake
podcast.
CD. I was just thinking of the Take Care CD when I was in high school, riding around with my girlfriend in the Jeep, listening to that. Got you in your feels.
I understand.
Things have changed since high school, since your high school days, I
Yes.
think, Alex, is when it comes
As
to
a
Drake.
30-year-old, I'm sure that they have.
Just yeah. Alex, all I have to say is that he's being linked to P. Diddy activities.
Drake accused. Ooh.
Oh, he sees it now.
So yes,
All right.
if Kendrick Lamar in the Aftermath label, which includes Eminem, ever come out with a diss track about us, one, we've made enough money that I'm okay with it.
We did it.
We did
Yeah.
it. Or two,
And then we're done.
Or yeah, and then we could just ride off into the sunset and just never come back to anything. We're just gonna
Nope.
we're gonna fall off the radar. We're gonna change our phone numbers. We're gonna change everything about us.
Yep. We're out.
We are out. So
Good grief.
if anybody does not know what we're talking about, just go take a look. It's getting intense.
That's why it's the off season. Right there.
Yep.
Off season.
Topics this week related to sports will include what's new in the NFL, understanding if Jim's fandom decision in the NFL is any closer
Uh-oh, he froze.
to its finality.
Could be.
We're also going to chat about the Kentucky Derby, the first
I
leg
missed
of the
it.
Triple
I'm real
Crown.
pissed off about it.
I mean, it's only a couple minutes that's worth 5 hours of coverage, but
Yeah.
here we
Yeah.
go. An NHL playoff update as well as an NBA playoff update. In the NHL, we had a game 7 in the Garden
Yeah.
over the weekend.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, there may be a true changing of the guard happening in this.
We got a
in these
game 7 going on
playoffs.
right now in hockey, by the way.
We
There
do.
is.
We do. It's going to decide all of the matchups in the next round in the, I believe, the Western Conference.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, your Wheeling Nailers are down 0-2. It's Toledo Walleye right now.
It's okay, Alex.
We're gonna cheer for on
Nate,
Wednesday.
Nate, you and I are going on Wednesday.
And Jim, if he wants to come to Wheeling for a Nailers game.
Jeff, yeah,
Under
you
no
want?
circumstances.
Then why do you want us to invite you to things?
Why don't you guys get some cool stuff?
What is cooler than the Willie Nailers to play
Yeah,
off?
what's cool?
What would you like us to do?
And don't say go
Yeah,
to the
Jim, we
Pirates
have a
game.
hard time in the playoffs. Does Columbus have that?
Well played, Nate.
Wait,
Wait,
Pittsburgh
you did
Penguins
not.
have that? Nope. I can't go off about the Columbus Blue Jackets right now.
Hold on. I have to go on mute for a second. Pay
Okay.
no attention to me.
To deal with an issue. Got it.
All right, as always, thanks to everybody that's interacting with us on the social media at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter, Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding ding. I will
Speaking
say
of,
I'm proud of Jim because Game 7 is the Dallas Stars versus
Against
the Las
Vegas.
Vegas Knights. Dallas is up 1-0, but I will give Jim credit. Jim vouched his fandom to the Kraken, and he
Yep.
did not comment on the fact that the Vegas Knights were in the Game 7.
No, I did not.
did you know that the Vegas was in Game 7
I
until
did. I did.
Okay,
I've been watching
all right.
hockey all week.
You know what's really sad this year, guys? It's been like a year now, I think. I don't know, it might not have been. But my neighbor that I used to get distracted by, he's left.
Aw.
Like he literally just left his house one day, packed up a U-Haul, put signs out that said private property, no trespassing, and just left his house.
Dude, that could be a 30 for 30 right there.
I think he could. I was gonna make a comment about the other house down the road that I just saw something happen at, but I don't feel like it's appropriate for the podcast, so I'll
Well, then let's not.
That's why I said I didn't.
All right, let's get back to the show. This ran a lot smoother last week.
First off, let's chat about the Kentucky Derby.
And quieter.
In a three-way photo finish, Mystic Dan at 18-1 odds took the Kentucky Derby by a nose. Only the 10th time in Derby history the race was that close. The odds-on favorite, Fierceness, 3-1, finished 15th. Am I the only one that watched this?
Nope.
No.
Ooh, everybody but Jim watched it then.
Yeah, dang.
Nobody cares if I watched it.
We didn't even know you were there, Sam.
Watch it.
So
I just walked in the door.
Did you watch it?
I did.
what did you think about the jockey outfits?
They're interesting, but you know,
Is it cold outside?
I mean,
Okay.
shut up.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So,
Sorry, it just came out.
Oh,
It
Jesus
just came
Christ.
out. It just came out. What happened? It
I
just
don't
came
know what he said.
so I
You asked it like they were. I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
so I asked Nate.
We just talked about Sam's nipples on this fucking show.
We didn't.
You asked me, was it cold outside? I don't know what else you would be referring to.
All right. So Alex, what did you think of the race?
I'm dead.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it was a close race. It was an interesting
It
race,
was a close race.
and it was a photo finish. It's sort of. It was
Hard
exciting.
to talk about.
No, it was not hard, difficult to talk about. It was an exciting race because it
Had you
was
on the edge
so
of your
close again.
seat.
It was. Yes, it had me on the edge of my seat. I was watching intently, and
I was hiding from the rain and I watched it.
that's fair. So, one thing, Jim, you'll like this. Notably absent from this year's race was Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert, whose 2-year ban was extended through 2024, making this the third straight Kentucky Derby that he did not have a horse in the race.
Because it kills horses.
Well, it was drug tests.
Yeah. And he juices them up and they die.
Nipples and killing horses. That's what's
What the
sponsored.
fuck are we doing?
There
Ran
What?
that shit in, man.
There was not. I don't know if there were. I'm not gonna say there were no horses that died at this year's Kentucky Derby, but it was nowhere like last year, which had like a dozen. So it was safer, I guess. We're gonna use those words. Did anybody have any mint juleps yesterday?
Nope.
I was with people that have mint juleps. Does that count?
Well, I did. Never mind, Alex. If you ever have a mint julep, I just want to know about it because it means that you strayed away from Busch Light.
Yeah, I didn't. I was drinking Busch Light. Actually, I take that back. I was drinking Icy Light because I did not have Busch Light at the event I was at. But my dad's friend was there and he was drinking mint juleps. And I made a comment about it. And he's like, "It's the Kentucky Derby. Like, I have to drink mint juleps. You should too." And I was like, "I'll just take the Icy Light. Thank you."
Mint juleps are okay,
Yeah, I mean it's a whiskey.
but like I can't drink anything from a mule glass.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
That's weird to me.
Why?
If you need a fancier glass for one particular drink, that drink's not worth it.
I will say there's just these plastic cocktail glasses that all of the cocktails came in a certain plastic little
All
glass.
right, that's fair.
But I just was like,
You know what a mule glass looks like, though.
yeah, those
Yeah.
copper mugs.
Yeah, I'm good. Hard pass on that, man.
I drink out of mason jars and Busch Light cans.
I don't think anybody questioned that, Alex. Not for 1 minute. Bud.
Any other
Busch
thoughts
Light
on the
Moonshine.
Kentucky Derby from the Harper household?
Well, after we're sitting there waiting for the live results, someone goes, "Oh, that was it."
That was me. And they replayed it again. Actually, I think my sister said that, and then they replayed it again, and I said, "Oh, they're doing it again."
Is she near the freezer? Like, I just didn't understand what's going on.
No, she's free balling.
Jesus
Oh
Christ,
my
Nate.
God!
I don't know if I'm not sure if our audio editor has any work to do tonight.
Hashtag
but-
free the nipple.
Right.
My
Before there's a divorce live on the podcast that everyone can listen to later.
Company.
And the company's
With
about
two
to come
periods
in
at
and company's about to come in and put Nate below the concrete in the basement.
Oh, oh no.
Before we chat about the NFL, let's do a little talk about WVU's alternate Coal Rush jerseys.
They look good.
They look damn good.
I was like about to be super mad if Jim did not comment that they looked really
They
good.
look damn good.
So everybody watched the video.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it was a
Yes.
good.
I mean, it solidified the fact that I probably want to go to the. If they wear them for the Penn State game, I would.
I don't know if the Coal Rush game will be Penn State. Is it going to be Penn State game?
That was the
It
comments.
used
Like,
to always be the Marshall game, and now they don't play Marshall.
Well,
It's
it's
if they
really-
don't, then I hate WVU even more. Like, why would you not in your primetime game, probably at night, wear those on
No, that
national?
makes
under
sense.
biggest
They've
national
had other
stage?
games where like they played. I think Virginia Tech was one.
If they don't wear them, then the only other time I think would make sense, even though it'd be a road game, would be Pitt.
But they're not going to play. They're
Yeah,
not going to wear
but
them.
on the road, that's stupid.
They're not
I
gonna
agree
wear
with you,
them.
Nate.
You never
I think
know.
that's your other option.
It's going to have to be Penn State because they're not going to wear them on the road. And
Wear them for the Penn State game.
a like a night game. So, I mean,
Yeah.
presumably it would probably it's a good chance it can be a night game.
Opposite of a
Rush.
whiteout.
Right.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it'd be a coal rush.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it was so.
unfortunately, it's on a Thursday night.
Well, I know that's the only reason Penn State's going to win because it's not a Thursday night, right, Alex?
Exactly.
So
If they win.
I am interested. I do. We've talked about wanting to get to that game, so we need to make a concerted effort. And if they do
Yes.
have these Coal Rush jerseys, I feel like Alex will do everything possible to get a hold of one.
Yup.
I don't blame you. I wonder if we could get a McAfee one.
You can get a knockoff.
I was gonna say a lot of them you can customize though.
That
So
would be
you
cool.
get a customized one that you just make into a McAfee one.
That would
Yeah,
be
but they
cool.
may not be on the secondary market yet.
No, I mean like if you go like Fanatics or something, you might be able. I don't know if you can or not.
I don't know if we want to talk. We're going to talk about Fanatics later.
Sorry.
Getting into the NFL. Speaking of Fanatics, there's much ado that first round pick of the Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr., has not signed the NFLPA's group licensing agreement. This allows the Players Association to market his name, image, and likeness to around 80 different companies. Information this past week recently surfaced that indicates Harrison has a current deal with Fanatics. He signed before his final season
Does
at
he?
Ohio
'Cause
State.
that-
Indicates this is not.
You got this from McAfee, right?
No, I mean that.
All
Yeah,
right,
it
'cause
was
the way
there.
McAfee-
This is a different article I found this from. I did a little journalism, Jim.
Good. Because when I heard it from McAfee, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Because the way he framed it, I had listened to it like 3 times, was that he didn't sign the thing from Fanatics, and therefore, like, that's why he's hesitant to sign this.
Yeah,
And I was
there's
like, that don't make sense.
Yeah, the rumor out there now is that he does have a deal with them that he signed prior to his last season, that's worth $1 million plus, and he's attempting to renegotiate his deal with Fanatics and using the NFLPA agreement as leverage towards that. So
Does
that's
one block the other?
no, if he doesn't sign the NFLPA, he just doesn't have access to all of the resources that they provide him to capitalize on his name, image, and likeness when it comes to jersey sales and anything else that they can put around his name. So, I mean, Fanatics could offer him like 20 million. He's like, sign.
It looks kind of silly. Like the way McAfee like positioned it was like he almost got screwed as a sophomore, so he didn't sign with Fanatics, which is why he's real hesitant to sign the PA deal because he's looking out for himself. He wants to make sure he's got the best deal in mind. I was like, oh, that makes sense. But now the way you're framing it of like he's using one against the other is kind of like you're a rookie. I know you're Marv, but like you're a rookie. And like
I mean, if you can get a good,
rookie
if you can get a
receiver.
fantastic deal, like by all means, go for it. But I don't
How
think
far are
he's
you going to stretch it?
right. That's what it is. How much do you think you can leverage this right now? Whenever you could blow out your knee next year,
And like I said, you're a receiver.
right, you're not a quarterback. You're
At the
not
Cardinals.
for now. Yes, you're at the Cardinals, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out and what the real story is. Right, this is all speculation at this point. I know people are saying they have inside sources, but I have a feeling in the next by the end of May, we'll know what the real story is and what's going down.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Was anything in Ohio Land, Jim, in Columbus
no,
Town?
no,
Not
not
talking
at all.
about it. We don't talk about it now that he's in the NFL.
Not at all.
What are we talking? What are we talking about in Columbus right now?
Nothing. It's very
Well,
quiet
sorry.
right now. Very quiet.
That's kind of weird. Also, this past week, we had the list of players not getting their fifth-year option picked up from, what would that be, Nate, the 2020 draft?
Yeah.
The 2020 draft, which included Najee Harris from the Steelers, running back, Justin Fields, quarterback now with the Steelers, Cardinals linebacker Zaven Collins, Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney, and Bucks linebacker Joe Tryon Shoyinka. I'm not sure if I said that right, Nate.
Pretty sure you did.
But bless you.
Thank you. I think the most surprising of these was the Najee Harris. Right, I think with Justin Fields coming to Pittsburgh, I think it was the kind of the rating on the wall that that's how it was going to be for the time being.
Yeah, that he would be back in.
Right, they're going to figure it out after this year. But Najee Harris not getting it from the Steelers after having what 3,000 or 4,000 yard seasons.
I don't know, I think they've got a lot more to worry about than just picking up his option.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is correct.
I think the Steelers are looking at flexibility.
It's a running back. I think this is also something we need to keep in mind. Running backs have not been getting these great deals. You know, he's not Saquon Barkley. He's done well, but there's also some speculation in Pittsburgh that they want to see how the offense is going to function in their first year with Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator.
That's what I mean. I think the coaching thing. I think you have. I
Like
think
they'll
they're
pick
trying to
up
move
maybe at the end.
pieces.
Well, and I think too, Jalen Warren has proven that he could also be running back 1A.
He's not
Agreed.
as strong as Hashi though.
He's explosive though. He's got the big runs. He's got the big runs in him. Any surprises that Kadarius Toney didn't get his fifth-year option picked up?
No, he's terrible. He drops the ball.
I'll say he probably dropped it.
They hit it to him. He just dropped it. So he
Dropped it in New York and then just continued to drop the bag in Kansas City. Trevor Lawrence was the only QB of that class to have his option picked up. This class also included Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Showing that Trevor Lawrence is
was
pretty
about
much
to
the
say
cream of
that.
that crop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of those, I would say, yeah, even though Lawrence hasn't really excelled yet.
It's unfortunate for them.
It is.
They're that in the crop.
In other NFL news, J.J. Watt shared that if it's absolutely necessary, he would come back and play for the Texans.
Do you support that?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I think he only comes back if they're going to be a Super Bowl team.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm glad Nate said that. I think he would come back because he wants that ring. And he would come back just because he knew they were going to get it.
Come back in like week 13, 14, 15.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And be like, no, I
Oh.
said it at the beginning.
One of your interior linemen
I like him. I
went
don't care if he
down.
does. Yeah, I don't care if he does, but that's what I can see happening.
What now?
Nothing.
What now?
All right. The Buffalo Bills have signed Chase Claypool. And
God bless them.
the betting world has immediately gone to FanDuel, DraftKings, and all of these sports bets apps and bet the under win total for the Bills.
How insulting is it if you're Chase Claypool and that happened?
Oh, I'm just saying it. I don't know if it actually happened, but I mean, I think enough people were probably saying it that it's probably has some merit.
I just want a live update from Josh Allen on how he feels right now.
How do you think he feels, Nate?
Yeah.
PO'd.
With down PO'd. He's like, we've said enough inappropriate things today. I'm just gonna stick with PO'd.
I
wait.
don't know.
I'll throw out my wife's.
How many snaps do we think he's going to get in like the first 6 weeks? Over under
I mean-
35.
I say over because that receiver room sucks.
Jim, what do you think? Over under 35.
Push.
Odd push to
I think he
take.
gets 35.
That's a soft answer.
That was very soft. So soft. I'm gonna say it's
I'm
soft.
going under.
Under. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with. I think I'm gonna go with Nate here on the over. I think that he just gets it because there's nobody else to put out
I
there.
think we need to keep track of this right now. Over under 35 at the end of the year. I think we look at Chase Claypool.
Well,
and see
6
who's
weeks.
Right.
6 weeks for 6 weeks. This is a 6 weeks bet.
Well, sorry, you're right.
Six snaps a game.
Yeah.
I still think
That he catches the ball.
No, that
No.
he plays.
Snaps.
Oh, that he plays. Oh, I thought we meant that he was targeted.
Yeah, so did I.
Snaps.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, over. I'll take over.
I'll take the
And
over.
snaps. I thought we meant snaps that he was targeted. I'm like under easy.
Yeah, snaps. Total snaps. That's what I'm saying. I gave you 6 weeks because what if in the first 2 or 3 weeks he's just a straight up asshole? And
I think he might catches for the year, and I still honestly was on the under.
But like, there's also rumors that like there's some other receivers they might pick up.
but they need to. That's for damn sure.
So like, that's why I'm kind of like in the middle, depending on what happens.
We will find out.
I'm not yet committed.
Well, Jim, speaking of commitments,
Yeah.
is there any commitment on your NFL fandom, or are there any different considerations? Where are we at in this process?
So I was hoping that the Buckeye thing would like tilt it one way or the other. All it did was add more points to the Browns scientifically, which sorry, Cleveland, I'm not gonna pick the Browns. Like I'm
That
not gonna
surprises
do
me.
it.
I thought they would be a front runner.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Scientifically, by the chart, the Bills are second. Not gonna do it.
No,
Who's first? Who's first?
The Browns.
Wait, so your objective scientific system, you're throwing out the top two.
Yeah, they're gone.
This is no longer scientific and objective.
I mean, I know. I'm just
You
I
were
did-
you were very, very staunch that it was going to be a systematic process.
I get it, Muff.
I just-
I get it. But like there's some factors in here like that I could probably take out and it would go the other way. Like Jordan, my wife, gotta say, like if I took that out, things change a bit.
What would change?
What
What's Jordan say?
changes? Pray tell, what changes?
Yes, I want to know.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to take her out of this, but yet keep the data. So what do you want me to do here?
What's her say? Like, what does she?
Yeah.
She picked the Browns, which gave them 32 points.
So you're objectively just like, yeah, I'm just gonna. I thought you were saying that you weren't picking the Browns because your wife was against it. I didn't
She
realize
is for it,
my
and Jim is
wife's
not.
for the Browns, and I'm going against.
She gave the Bills like 27 points. Like, she swayed
Your
it a
kids
bit.
have any say in this?
Do
Just
what?
let your wife had a vote.
Your kids have any say in this?
No, they don't have a say because it would just be chaos.
Your wife was just a
Well,
pretend.
I don't think your wife added any less chaos to the situation.
Well, I wanted so that we could enjoy the football together.
It's a pretend vote because he
yeah,
really
yeah, you're not really taking this into
would be a Browns
consideration.
fan right now.
Yeah.
Jordan's gonna listen to this episode and go, oh, so what I say doesn't matter.
Well, at least your wife heard you talk about her nipples. I have not talked about my wife's nipples.
Jordan, if you're listening,
Nipple, nipple, nipple.
All
This
right,
is
so
having an E rating.
So your wife's rating, your wife's opinion means nothing.
don't
in
talk
this
about my wife's
situation.
nipples right now. Okay?
Don't
I'm not.
fucking touch them.
Oh, we're about to get a Drake.
I don't know. Sure,
We
can
are
hear this
going to
episode.
get a Drake diss track.
I'm definitely gonna have to put an E on this episode.
you're gonna
That's a-
play with
that's
your
a-
what?
No, stop! I'm muting the Harper household.
All right, so if we take Jordan's vote out of it, sorry, Joe. This is just for science. Okay. It then becomes the Bills and the Seahawks tied, then the Texans, then the Patriots.
So who are your top two right now?
Texans and Patriots.
Where are they on the big list with Jordan's vote?
With Jordan's vote, they're like,
Yes.
hold on, Muff. They are 5 and wait, no, I'm sorry. 4 and 7.
Why did she get a vote to start with if you weren't going to really?
That's what I was trying to bring up earlier.
Again, because I wanted to watch these football games
But you obviously don't.
with my wife because I was hoping she would pick similar teams.
Didn't work out.
But you
It
don't.
did not work out. I was a blind, like, hey, babe, here are the teams. You vote. I don't want to influence your vote. Let's see what happens because I was trying the whole unbiased thing. Then she voted, and I was like, well,
How many
shit.
points did she give the Steelers?
She go, well, buddy, she's not dumb. She gave the Steelers 4 points.
But that's just in Fields.
She still she didn't know that at the time.
That's true.
Just
Yeah.
maybe let her revote.
Yeah, I think she needs a revote opportunity, Jim.
All right. Okay. That's fair.
And
We'll do
that
a
may
revote.
help. That may help your cause.
Don't show her her
Sure.
old votes. Just be like revote.
Revote. Okay. We can do that.
Might help you. You're right.
That's fair.
And we've got time. We don't have to make this decision next week.
All right. We'll do a revote. Present her the new information.
Let her make decisions.
Let her revote. That's fair. I agree with you guys.
Back to the drawing board.
Have we
NHL
unmuted the
playoff.
Harper household?
Say it again. Sorry.
Are the Harpers back live or
They're unmuted. I don't know if Sam's still there. but they're
I
unmuted.
never thought I'd see the day the Harper household got muted.
me either?
Me out. I'm going to go do crafts.
If I were you, I'd kick him out.
I thought about it.
He's
Well,
He's a bit randy tonight.
Randy. He's a bit
I don't want to know
randy.
about the
Well,
Harper household getting Randy.
Let's head to the ice in the NHL playoffs.
Let's not head to the ice. That's what got us in this mess.
The Bruins took Game 7 in the Garden over the Maple Leafs on Saturday night in overtime. Moving on to the next round to take on the juggernaut that is Florida Panther hockey.
I love-
Yeah.
I want Florida to win it all, I think.
Ugh,
I
piss
think
off.
that's funny to think Florida wins hockey.
Piss off.
Well, Tampa Bay won it back to back a couple years ago.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But they're like the Tampa Bay Maple Leafs.
Nate,
Like,
he also made that argument.
they're the Maple Leafs.
He made that argument when Tampa Bay did that.
The Maple Leafs.
Who's the Maple Leafs?
Just Toronto. What?
Tampa Bay
what
Lightning. Never mind.
The Maple
No.
Leafs are Cowboys of the
I saw
NHL.
Maple Leafs on.
Have another beer, Alex.
I saw Maple Leafs on the list of things that we were talking about. And sorry, Tampa Bay Lightning. But either way, Tampa Bay Lightning's always been good at hockey. I feel like Florida Panthers just seems different.
Yeah, it's a team you're not used to seeing make it this
You know,
far.
first of all, you should not be shocked at all that I want a team that I'm not used to winning to win.
I agree, but you always make the Florida argument like every offseason.
Well, F it.
It's hilarious. Florida hockey.
If the Penguins aren't in it, I might as well root for something hilarious.
I don't disagree.
I know where I stand, and I stand there faithfully.
Yes, you do.
You are consistent.
I'll die on that hill.
You have.
I did watch Game 7. Good game. Good game. Didn't realize that Toronto had never beaten Boston in a Game 7. So mid-game, I had switched gears and was like, yeah, I want Toronto to win this. Just simply because, like,
Maple Leafs.
I want to see them win a Game 7 against Boston.
Hilltopper.
Hilltoppers.
It was Hilltopper. That was a Hilltoppers moment. And then Pasta. Pasta just ended the game.
Yeah.
Pretty early.
Yeah.
Pretty early in that overtime.
Hell of a shot.
Yeah, he
Hell
went
of a
in
shot.
there. We have Game 7 happening right now between the Stars and the Golden Knights.
Can we get a live look?
I think Dallas hockey's up 1-0.
Damn. All right. That's what I don't want. I don't want a Dallas team to win anything.
Stars are up
Yeah.
1-0 with about 5 minutes left in the second.
Damn. Okay.
Yep. Other second round series that are upcoming include, well, one of these has started. The Hurricanes Rangers. The Rangers are up 1-0.
Watch that game today.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The Rangers just looked fucking phenomenal. The Hurricanes looked flat as shit. The puck handling by the Hurricanes was piss poor. I mean, they were just outclassed.
Do you know what I
I'm-
like about hockey?
What's that?
They keep it moving.
Absolutely.
How you doing? Keep it moving. We got a Game 1. Let's go. Game 1, Game 7. Don't matter. Let's keep it moving.
Yep, I agree.
Sorry. Move on.
I'm pulling for the Hurricanes to win it all. But if they play like that, why am I pulling for it?
I don't like them.
That's my father-in-law's team. So, like,
Canes.
yeah.
Just suck up.
Yeah, I need brownie points where I can get them. Have you met me?
What?
Yeah,
Well,
I
you're
totally-
not using
You need them.
Do what?
you're not using your wife's NFL team fandom to your advantage. It's like the
Yeah,
opposite
well,
of brownie
this-
points.
Yeah, but I need like my father-in-law to like me. I
That's
don't care if
different.
She likes me. I married her.
Okay.
Liking him is different than his wife liking him.
Okay. All right. Colorado, Edmonton, and Vancouver have all advanced. They're waiting on the Stars Golden Knights series to wrap up before those series are set in the next
Don't want
round.
Colorado to win either.
Okay.
Colorado and Dallas can lose. The rest of
No.
them, whatever.
No Avalanche. We still don't have a team name yet for the Utah team.
I think the Quakers.
That's not a bad one.
The Shakers, the Quakers, the
Come like,
Soakers.
like eternal shake, shake down at me, y'all. That is cardinal.
What would the mascot be?
I don't know, but Alex saying is this boy needs to see somebody about his drinking.
See, drinking? I do that.
In the NBA playoffs, we have the Nuggets lost their first game in their series to the Timberwolves after the Nuggets did eliminate the Lakers. I think that was the news of last week. Since then, the Lakers have dismissed their entire coaching staff, leading everyone to believe that, as is usually the case, LeBron is behind this, and we may see what may come of the Lakers next year. And is Bronny heading to LA?
I think we're going to get LeBron to be the next Jackie Moon.
Yeah.
Player coach Spumoni.
Who cares?
I could see Bronny going to LA.
What do you mean? Who cares, Jim? The NBA world cares very much.
I think the NBA has lost like so much.
How many NBA games have you watched?
0.
So you don't get an opinion.
I think it's stupid.
Why is it stupid, Jim?
You don't get an opinion.
No, I want to
It's
know
the
why he
same old
thinks it's
bullshit.
stupid.
It's the same old bullshit.
But
Like,
what is the bullshit?
there's no storyline anymore. It's just, well, did LeBron make it? No. Okay, who's gonna watch?
Well, you're watching your timeline and your algorithms are all messed up. There are still storylines, aka like Nikola Jokic, the two-time NBA Player
Oh,
of the
that
Year,
guy. Yeah,
going
that's
up
true.
against Anthony Edwards, who is being compared to Michael Jordan right now because of his mid-range game and the way he plays. Yeah, there's a lot going on, Jim, that you just are not paying attention to.
All right. Well, it's boring to me. So you guys
Okay.
talk about it.
The
But if
Celtics
we
took
don't
out
talk about Caitlin Clark, I'm gonna be pissed.
Jim. As always, you have the ability to add anything you want to the notes. And we
Okay.
can talk about the WNBA preseason all you want.
I like the WNBA, but I don't think I like Caitlin Clark.
The Celtics took out the Heat in 5 games and will now face the Cavs. The Mavericks eliminated James Harden, Paul George, and the Clippers in 6 games. They are now facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. And lastly, the Pacers took out the Giannis-less Bucks and now go up against the New York Knicks, whose fans took over Philadelphia on their way to a 4-2 series win over the 76ers. Okay, nobody even wants to talk about anything. Got it.
It's basketball. Jim and
I
I
Anyway,
like-
did anybody in their timelines see what Pat Beverly did when he threw a ball
I didn't
to the
see that.
stands?
Yeah,
And
we saw that. Another player gets involved with the stands.
he hit a fan, an unknowing fan,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and then
I saw.
go ahead.
No, you.
Pat Bev hit a fan, and then the ball was tossed back to him, and he threw it back at another fan, who fired it back to Pat Beverly. They were apparently Beverly was doing this because there were fans that were exchanging words with the team, not just him, but the whole team all night. It was made later slightly worse for Bev, who went viral for asking a respected ESPN producer, Belinda Adams, if she listened to his podcast, and then refused to answer questions from those who stated they do not subscribe and or listen to his podcast.
We should start doing that. We refuse to answer questions. Hey, how are you? I refuse to answer your questions if you haven't listened to our podcast.
How many questions do you get, Alex, where that comes into play?
Like, hey, I mean, like just any. Hey, how are you? Oh, that's a question. I'm not answering if you haven't listened to our podcast.
Apparently, Pat Beverly's been doing this all season, though, so it wasn't anything new. But maybe the bad time place, given what he had just done with fans. But Draymond Green did speak out
I don't
on
think
this.
he spoke out. I think he commented on it.
Well, it was on his own podcast, so I think that's him speaking out.
I thought it was funny.
That Draymond Green spoke out on something related
Yeah.
to player behavior
Yeah.
and saying that interacting with fans like that is quote unquote forbidden for us.
Yeah.
And I do get that. Like, if they want to come in and they want to be a part of the show, like that's why they're talking shit. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like this is the opposite of my usual old guy on the porch idea. But if you come to an NBA game, I almost said WNBA because I was still thinking of the Caitlin Clark thing that I was joking about. But if you come to an NBA game and you're heckling that close that they know what you're saying and they're going to interact with you, you're doing it because you want that interaction. You have paid for that interaction. Now, I
So
don't.
you paid to get a ball thrown at you?
Yeah. You wanted it. You knew what was coming. If I'm like, hey, Jim, if you're an NBA player, I'm like, Jim, your mom, Jim, your mom, Jim, your mom, and you throw a ball at me, I'm like, dude, you see that? I got him so mad he threw a ball at me. It's a basketball. I mean, he didn't shoot you with a shotgun. He threw a freaking basketball at you. Like, grow up here and take it. It's a basketball.
Jim?
I feel like, honestly, I'm pissed off right now, and I'm going to tell you why. Because any other time I'd have been like, no, that's inappropriate, and it was not professional of him to throw a basketball.
You're right. Any other time, but
And now I'm on the other side saying,
you're
you know
Jekyll
what?
and Hyde.
You asked for it.
You got the
And
old
Jim's
Bush
gonna be
light in
like,
you.
You know what? Now that Alex has come to the other side and been like, this fan was asking for it, he's like, I'm gonna switch right now. Just to spite Alex, I'm gonna switch sides.
Muff, where did I switch? Have I gave my opinion on the matter?
I asked for your opinion.
I have not given it, have I?
I'm asking for it, though.
But
you
old Jekyll and
said-
Hyde
you
over
said-
there.
To throw a ball at him.
Jim, what is your opinion?
I agree with Alex, but I think Alex coming off the
Well, you
porch.
just felt like you didn't when you were like enough that you would want a ball thrown at you, and that's when I felt like you were coming for my throat.
Yeah, because you're Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. What typically when you got Mr. Bushlight, you're like, nah, grossly inappropriate. Grossly inappropriate.
I own.
Have a couple beers in you, and it's like, yeah, get him.
Throw it at him. Throw a punch.
Jim, why are you I'm not gonna say on Draymond's side, but why are you with Draymond?
I think it's funny because he's like,
I
about
own.
time somebody else catches some bad heat but me. Adam, go get him.
So that was his angle of, oh yeah.
At least I
Look
own the
over
fact
here,
that he's
look
them
over
on the other
here.
side.
Oh, Beverly, that's forbidden. You cannot be messing with the fans.
What type of punishment do we think is going to come down for Pat Bev?
He'll get some suspension.
There's some that are calling for a half-season suspension. There's some that are saying it's going to be like 10 to 12 games.
That's ridiculous.
Which,
Well, if Meta got what, a season for throwing that punch?
A punch is different than a basketball. I'm sorry.
Hey, nobody's disagreeing with you. Calm the fuck down.
I'm just saying that a punch is different than a basketball.
Meta got a season. If you throw a ball, that's what I would say.
Well, Meta
12 games.
also went up into the crowd to throw that punch.
2 or 3 games.
Well, you can't go in the crowd to throw. I mean, you could go in the crowd to throw the ball, but
so what do we think?
I would go with 10 or 12.
Alex?
2 games.
Nate?
I'll go 8 to 10.
I'm in that 15-ish range, so we'll see. We'll see where this all lines up. But right, as Jim mentioned, what do we watch the playoffs for at this point? We have no LeBron James. We have no Anthony Davis. We have no Kevin Durant. No Devin Booker. We don't have Joel Embiid. We don't have Giannis Antetokounmpo. We have the Celtics. We've got Luka Doncic. We've got Nikola Jokic. We've got Anthony Edwards. This is a big changing of the guard when you think of the superstars we're usually used to seeing at this point in the NBA playoffs. So I'll be
But
interested
none
to
of them
see
are marketable.
who's not marketable. Nikola Jokic?
All those guys you named, like,
Nikola Jokic? You don't think the man who wants to go home and ride his horse and go to the horse races is not marketable?
yeah, I can see him being on a commercial.
It'd be funny commercials.
He doesn't even want to record them.
Right.
I do not have time for these.
Where's my horse? Bring me my horse. You don't have Draymond Green, Steph Curry, right? There's just it's the new it's time. It's time for something new. But we'll see where this all ends up.
You say so.
I mean,
Other news.
it is so.
But I mean, like, it's time for
it is.
non-marketable people.
You just don't watch the NBA. So I don't know if I trust your opinion on non-marketable people when you don't know who the people
And you
are.
watch golf.
I do watch golf.
Also, not a very popular.
I like golf.
What do you watch? You're watching the NHL, Jim. Get the F out of here.
I like the NHL too.
I watched it, but I don't think there's any marketable. Do you know Pasternak before you watch that game? You ever heard of him?
Yeah,
Patty
I did.
Maroon?
I do.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you know all about
I've been
them.
paying a lot of attention to hockey, my man.
Name 3
lot this
players
year.
that play for the Kraken.
I cannot do that.
Your favorite team. You can't name 3 players. That's all I needed to hear from you.
I cannot.
Another news.
Can you name one player from the Kraken?
Off the top of my head, right this second, no.
No.
I love it. Honestly, I'm here for Jim because Jim's doing a me move right now. I will stand by it. I'll be like, I love the whip snakes in the professional lacrosse league. Love them. And he'd be like, who do you know from the whip snakes? I'm like, no one, but I love them.
Well, that's not true. I do know one player.
You've had at least 15 seconds to look this up.
I don't know his whole name, but and I don't know. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, but Bjorkstrand.
Oliver?
I know him.
I was looking at Jim in the eyes, and I don't think he looked it up.
That's it.
Okay. Whatever. In other news.
I don't defend Jim unless I know I'm really defending Jim. So.
In other news in the sports world, starting in Colorado, Alex's favorite state, home to his favorite college football team, Shedeur Sanders isn't making any fans out of the Heisman Committee with his recent comments about his former teammate, who spoke out against Shador, sharing that Shador didn't try to get to know anyone and that he was destroying guys' confidence. Shador then responded that he didn't even know who this player was, and he was probably mid at best. After this, Shador's Heisman odds went from top 3 to top 20.
Yeah, they should. Don't be a dick.
I think you're missing out a piece that like Dion came back was like, this boy is gonna be a top 5 in the Heisman. What's your kid gonna do?
Yeah, that just goes to show that they're all me's.
Yeah, this is where I step in on the Dion thing. What are you
And
saying, Alex?
And thank you, Nate.
I who said your kid's gonna be a top 5 in the Heisman?
well, he
Yeah,
was.
well-
He was top 3,
I'm trying to say he's going to be a top 5 pick.
He's
Yeah.
not.
but only to certain teams.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's top 3 out of all of the Colorado Buffalo right now. He's in the top 3 for someone who could possibly be considered for Heisman. On the Colorado Buffalo, he's in the top 3.
if they don't break him in half because he's all you got.
Have Travis Hunter.
Yeah, and that kid lost a liver.
He did lose a whole damn limb.
I thought it was a
Liver.
limb, Alex. Please.
I said liver. I said,
You're the
not
medical
You're
degenerate.
not doing
I
yourself
said
any
liver.
favors. Any
I
favors.
said liver. I said liver.
Okay.
Which you're killing slowly.
Yeah. Floating down the river, killing my liver.
does this type of behavior and this type of reaction help or hurt the recruiting situation in Colorado?
I don't think it hurts. Honestly, it's know what you're getting.
I think
Okay.
it hurts. I wouldn't want to go there.
We know that. You're not
I think
going.
it only hurts for guys that haven't signed because you know this is going to be his last season there. But
Do
now
we?
you got to look at it from a Dion perspective and say, okay, is he only going to be worried about his image and everything, or is he really trying to develop a program here like he did at Jackson State? Like at Jackson State, I feel like it was more about the team, more about the program. And now he's in Colorado. He
I
goes, all
rooted
right,
for
now
him.
it's Dion's time.
I rooted for him at Jackson State.
You actively don't root for him in
Yes.
Colorado.
I literally
No, I think he's showing his true colors.
180. A guy that ran the beer mile had a Coach Prime t-shirt on, and I could not have rooted for him less.
Any other thoughts on Colorado, Jim?
No, I don't. I really hope that Alex gets a PlayStation 5 and that we all get the NCAA game and we start a dynasty and I'm getting Colorado
No. You can't.
just to torch Alex.
No, I'm not gonna have any Colorado on my PlayStation 5.
Yeah. In the fight world, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will now be fighting a professionally sanctioned event
Alex
in
is-
Texas on July 20th, with the outcome going on each of their records. Somebody heard us last week.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's-
Alex,
Alex,
you did not hear us. Shut up.
I
Alex
just
didn't hear
it was,
us.
when I literally just said when I say us, I mean you guys because I was drunk. And then afraid to listen to the episode because I didn't know what you would say about me and I had anxiety.
Jim, what are your thoughts on this?
Very interesting. Like what changed to make them want to do this? Very interesting.
And the odds. What are the odds? Like, now we can put real odds on this. We can get the betting world into this.
I think Mike's gonna kill him still. I think this benefits Logan Paul.
Jake Paul.
It does nothing for
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. It does nothing for Mike. He don't care. He's been retired. So he doesn't care.
Does this help the payout? Does it do anything for the payout, or is it that pretty much set?
It'll help the buys, the pay-per-view buys. I don't think
Yeah, I think it pushes the narrative now. It's like, okay, this is going to be a real fight, not one of those stereotypical, oh, Jake Paul fights a retired, washed up fighter
right.
or boxer.
Mhm.
No, he's like, no, this one's for real.
Just for keeps.
Like I'll probably pay more of attention to it if I was on the fence, now I'm okay. That makes sense. I'll go for it.
Alex, what are your thoughts on
Go
the
Mike
fight?
Tyson.
This fight.
Go Mike Tyson.
Go, Mike. Expected that
Honestly,
from Alex.
go Mike Tyson.
In other news in the boxing world, Canelo Alvarez won by decision to defend his title over Jaime Mongua, who Oscar De La Hoya was promoting as the next great Mexican boxer.
I know.
I think Jim found this first, right?
Yeah, he sent it to us.
Go ahead, Jim. Explain what was going down.
So Canelo Alvarez used to be promoted by Oscar De La Hoya. Then they broke up because Oscar De La Hoya was rumored to be taking money from not only him but Triple G. And then, Oscar De La Hoya and his coke problems and drug problems and whatnot.
First of all, do we know that for sure? I'm just kidding. He actually said he'd been in rehab, so go on.
Okay.
Good interruption, Alex. Good interruption.
Thank you.
I thought about it after I did it, and I was like, wait, he said he was in rehab, so go on.
Okay. So then at the press conference, Canelo basically drops like, hey, this guy steals from you. If you're being promoted by him, he's a piece of shit. And then Oscar fires back. Basically subverts the fight, makes it more about those two than actual Jaime. The fight, very lopsided. I think Jaime only won the third and the fifth.
Canelo
Alvarez
got a
knocked him
knockdown. Yeah.
In the fourth, knocked him down, and then basically just outmoved him. Essentially, you're looking at the Mexican version of Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and we talked about this off of the show, but we didn't even realize this was happening.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have this is a marketable fight? You've got Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez, and the next great one that people were touting, or at least De La Hoya was touting within the Mexican fighting culture. How is this not on? I mean, very stereotypical, but on Cinco de Mayo weekend, like, how are we not hearing about this and wanting to watch it? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But we're hearing all about Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, right? Like, I think this goes to show where the boxing game is now.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. And like the come ups, like the recover time for boxing is, I think Jaime fought in September. So like, why is it taking so long for us to catch wind of it? Like, you had this set up just like MMA at this point. It should have been a quick turnaround. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's kind of frustrating.
Boxing is dead. Question mark.
We've been saying it for years.
What was that fight that we watched where we said boxing was dead? Many years ago, Jim.
I don't remember, but I remember
saying it. Was it a Roy Jones fight?
Yeah, probably.
Roy Bones Jones?
No,
that's John Bones Jones. He's in MMA.
Alex, Arizona Diamondbacks had to delay a game last week due to a bee swarm in the stadium. They called in.
I was making a joke, but go on.
They called in the beekeeper, who pumped up the crowd on his way to resolve the situation, and then he was asked to throw the first pitch.
I feel like it would be me. I'm the beekeeper.
You're a hornet's nest, yeah?
I was kidding because I was going to say, like, boxing's dead. Oh, Bones Jones? Like, no, always that John Toy Jones.
If you're explaining, you're losing. Stop.
I just don't understand with this whole bees nest thing.
We're all about MMA now.
Even get to that point.
Nate has a valid point on the topic at hand. Nate, go ahead.
How do you not notice that, or how do you let it get to that point and it's like, all right, guys, we're getting ready to start the game. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Look at all those bees.
I mean, I don't know how bees swarm, but I don't know how quickly that happens.
We let Nate see it. Oh shit! Look at the bees.
Like, what happened? Like, were they taking BP before the game? The guy goes, "Man, there's a bee flying around." And then, like, all right, guys, let's get ready to take the field. And then the catcher looks up and goes, "No."
No, no.
right?
It was like in the outfield though, wasn't it?
No, it's behind home plate.
Okay? I never really realized where it had happened.
They have fans in there and everything at this point. They're just like, oh.
Yeah, it was at the very top of the net, like directly behind home plate.
Wild.
But he got to throw the first pitch out, which I thought was cool. Like that's like his moment. He's never going to be known for anything. He's never going to be more famous in his life as a beekeeper.
You think he's going to go around to the local bars and goes, "Hey, I made sure that game got started that night."
That was me.
He should. He should do that. All right, just because apparently we have to do this now. Jim, let's talk about Caitlin Clark.
Made her debut in a preseason game, scored 21 points, sat down most of the third. Losing effort by the team, but did look real good. I want to bring it up simply because I think it was Taurasi.
Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, who said like in one of her college games was like, well, when she gets up there with the real women, it's going to be a tough go.
Now, was she playing against another starting five?
They lost, so yes.
No, Jim, this is preseason.
That's
I
don't know. I did not watch the game.
I'm not arguing. I don't know.
I mean, I guess not, but I mean, she's still. All right. You know what?
No,
Fine.
I will say she put somebody on skates.
Yeah.
Like that went down. We saw the
Oh yeah,
clips.
no, she was on. They were on their butt. Yeah,
We're seeing the clips, but
yeah.
as
No,
I
I'm not
I
knocking her.
expect,
She
as
got
a-
stuffed at the basket.
Let's talk
She
about it.
got blocked. I mean, she had real competition against her. Still scored 21 points. Still
good.
put people on skates.
I'm not taking
I
that.
want to say she hung on well, Miss Taurasi.
it's a long season. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not knocking it.
I hope that we're all proven wrong, and this is what we hope that it should be for the WNBA. But I don't want to get my hopes too high in the preseason. As Alex and I have evidence for many years, the Pirates start out very well,
Get your
and
hopes too high in
then
the preseason.
and then we don't even get to June.
Fair.
Any other topics for this week's episode?
How about? I just read that Georgia makes Kirby Smart $13 million coach, and now that Saban's out, there's nobody that can match that, right?
Well, there's people that can match it, but Saban had that clause that he had the top average of like the top 5 or 10 highest paid coaches. That was his or the
Right.
plus whatever. So
Saban don't get the benefit from this. That's awesome.
I mean, I think Saban's going to do pretty well with his retirement job as a
I
commentator.
I get it, but still.
Listen, if I can make 7 figures a year after I retire, just talking about what I did during my career, I'm gonna be okay with my life.
Fair enough.
Any other topics? How's the roast of Tom Brady going, Nate?
Bill Belichick just came on stage.
Oh,
You don't say.
And it's weird. He's actually talking.
Duh. I'm here to do a roast.
Well, he was introduced on stage by Ron Burgundy.
This is good. All right. Maybe more to come on that later. As always, remember you can follow us at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter. Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
ding ding.
And make sure that you gather up in a circle with all of your friends and make sure that while you're in that circle, you tell a friend, make a friend, be a friend.